Hey there, ladies and gents. Pops here. Welcome back to Multimap in FS25. We are in March. Winter has gone, spring has sprung. The trees all look a bit bare, but I'm sure it'll start to look a bit more spring-like. Right, so what to do? Basically, this is going to be our month of sorting out the next leg of our productions. So at the moment we have our sheep producing wool. We own this spinnery, which is then automatically distributing fabric over to the clothes factory in front of us here, which in turn is producing clothes, which we are gathering in the back of our unit here. There's two more to go on. Once we get to May, I think it is, we will sell what clothes we have. That being the best month to do so. So that is sort of a complete production line. Next thing we need to consider is, and as if by magic we'll jump to it, the grain mill. Now we have nothing being produced at the moment because we're out of raw materials. We need wheat to go in here, but we do have a substantial amount of flour and pumice. Now the pumice we'll just collect and sell. The flour we'd like to do something more with, and here is the cunning plan. If we go down from this, the grain mill where we were just stood, if we come down here, there's our farm and our livestock areas. Down here is the canning factory, which we've just teleported to, like so. Now we can buy the canning factory for, if I can get into it, 330,000. Now, the reason we would want to do that, let's just say no for the moment, but then let's just have a look. So, canning factory, various things, peas, beans, lots of sort of root veg type things can be done. Which might develop into that side of things if we do buy this canning factory. But the main reason I would like to buy it at the moment is twofold. Firstly, we have a substantial amount of flour and we are producing eggs. We have electrical charge. We can start making noodle soup straight away. And the other thing is, now these are all greenhouse fodder. So we could buy these 4 greenhouses, get them distributing, and then we'd have kimchi to sell as well. If we look at the greenhouses, so let's pick one, they're all the same, or they're all very similar. They need seeds, which we've got an abundance of, solid fertilizer, which we have, and water, which obviously we can obtain relatively easy. Now these are 54,000 each, and we'd need all 4 of them. So that's 216,000 on top of the 330, so we are looking at 540, whatever that was, 6,000. With a relatively small loan, we could do that straight away. We would then look to contracts for the rest of the month after we've shifted all our goods around. Hopefully some contracts will start appearing. And yeah, that is our cunning plan. So I think the first thing we're going to do is, just because it will actually get rid of the need to get a loan, is we've got this pumice which we don't need for anything else. So we're going to collect that. We're going to take it to the all sales of the BGA, which, if I remember rightly, is just here. And we're going to sell that, and that will be our next bit of money in the bank. Then we are going to buy the canning factory, we're going to buy the greenhouses, and we're going to set all that in motion. So first up, let's get the cover off the top of here. Where do we need to be? This is drop off, isn't it? Oh, squeeze in there. So we've got flour. Pumice, let's have that. We'll get this filled up, we'll get this down to the BGA. Right, so I believe... Oh, mind the ramp. The old sales place is this building here. So can we... Yes, we can. So unload that. Extra £27,433. Thank you very much. Next up, we need to get flour to the canning factory, and we need to get the canning factory bought. Okay. Flour. Let's fill her up. What I didn't check, of course, is whether the canning factory would take loose flour or whether we are going to have to do it all via pallets of flour, which we do have. But we'll see when we get there. Get this filled up, we'll go for a drive. As well as the flour, we're going to need our... Oh, you're loud. Cluck, cluck. As well as our flour, we're going to need eggs. So the eggs are ready to go. We've got the trailer here. The AI worker is bringing the forklift back. So we'll get the eggs loaded and also down to the canning factory. So this is where we find out whether we're going to be able to deliver loose flour or whether we're going to need to come back for those pallets. See what happens when we get there. Right. I think we need to give our AI worker a hand. Let's jump out here. What are you doing, mate? Right. Everybody wait. Everybody. Ugh. Blimey, people are so impatient. I wonder if that junction's going to sort itself out. Yeah, it seems to be doing. Okay, we will come back to this momentarily. Let's just switch that off. We're now causing a road blockage with the flower trailer. So this is the canning factory. I'm sure we've been here before. And I'm sure, yeah, right in front of us there is a drop-off point. Now we don't want to be selling it, we want to purchase this, so let's jump round the other side. To here. Time to bite the bullet. That is now. So there's no active productions, which we don't expect because there won't be until this got flowers and eggs. So dump the flower. Didn't check actually how much flour it would hold. But it has taken all of it. So that's a good start. Right, sort the eggs out. Yeah, so it looks like it can take up to 250,000 litres, so we've put 200 in, so we've got quite a substantial amount of flour. We can put 125,000 litres worth of eggs in. The rest will, for the kimchi, we will distribute in from the greenhouses once we've bought them, but that's for the moment. Let's get these eggs sorted. Just strap these last ones on. Like so. Start her up. And I will see you back at the canning factory, where we should be able to start our production of noodle soup. Put that there. Unstrap them and they all successfully disappear. Okay, let's jump into the production screen. So we have eggs, not a huge amount, but we have some, and we have flour. We need eggs, we need flour, we need electrical charge. I just don't think that actually showed us there. Yeah, there is some electrical charge coming in already. So this should run straight away. So activate, running. So in a short period of time, we should see, and there we go. We're up and running already. We have noodle soup. Part 1 of our mission is underway. Let's get this little lot back to the yard, and then we'll sort greenhouses out. Oh, our AI worker in the vehicle in front of us is quite a cautious soul. Well, I suppose it's better to get there safe than never. Actually, we're going for it. We're not going to wait for him. Don't think the AI worker appreciated our efforts, but there you go. Let's get everything parked up. So next thing we need to grab is this bad boy. Because we need it for the water tanker. Also going to send the forklift back down here because there are some more pallets that could do with putting onto that trailer. So let's get this guy up. What I will do, I think, is attach this first of all to the slurry tanker. Get the slurry tanker to do 2 or 3 loads. Just puts a tiny bit back in the bank. And keeps on top of the slurry, because at the moment the slurry is building up faster than we're getting rid of it. And we also have milk that we need to do something with. Busy this month. Turn this in here. Let's make sure we've got the tanker close enough to fill. Slurry. Yeah, that is going up quite a bit. I need to do at least 3 trips of this, so yeah, leave it to it. I'll get 3 of these done and then I'll come back to you. This is the 3rd one. This will do for now. Like I said before, this is not the most interesting thing in the world. So that's got rid of 90,000 litres. I think we had best part of 300 in there, so we've got 200 and a bit. $13,000, 12, 11. So these 3 chips are going to have added about £6,000 to the bank account, which is good because the greenhouses are going to be 200. Yeah, they're only 1,800. So it's at 3, 4. about 4.4. Yeah, the 3 greenhouses are going to be 216, 4 greenhouses. So we're going to be very tight on the money. We do have various things we could sell. We have a lot of silage, hay, even have huge amounts of things like fertilizer and lime we could sell a little bit of. So, ooh, Mr. School Bus. So it's not the end of the world, but we'd rather not do that. I'd rather earn our money to spend rather than sell assets. Okay, next up, let's get the tanker. Get that filled with water. And then we'll get water, fertilizer and seeds around towards the greenhouses, which we will then look to purchase. In the meantime, just drop this off again somewhere suitable. That'll do. No more eggs yet. We do have, I think. Yeah, there's one tiny crate in the distance of wool. It won't be too long before we need to send the AI worker on the forklift back to the clothing factory. Because they're now producing clothing at quite a healthy rate. Okay. Water tanker. Too far forward, too far back. Right, there we go. So we're going to need him. Where are we? This way. Jump in here. Ooh. Watch where you're going, Pops. Don't get distracted. We're going to need this, which we're just going to go and fill up. I have no idea what sort of quantities the greenhouses can take. I assume that this can just tip. I might have assumed wrong. Unload I. Okay, that's not quite what I meant to do. So we can't actually tip out the back of this, which that makes sense. Why would you be able to? Okay. Cut. Reverse. Plan A. We're going to fill the trailer with fertilizer, and then we're going to fill it with seeds, and we're going to put as much of those as we can in at the greenhouses. In fact, why don't we just check? Or can we check before we own them? Greenhouse. So that was one of them. No, we can't, can we? So it's the Napa cabbage. Spring onion was one. Garlic. And chili peppers. Those are the four we need. Let's take the water tank around there. And then we can actually find out what it is that we need to bring round on the seed and fertiliser front. The other thing that would be quite helpful at the moment is to work out where they are. And the answer is not the way I'm going. They're here. So we want 4 out of those 7. This is our farm, so it's on this track between our 2 grass fields. Just down there. What's that? Straw processing. Spring onions. Tomato we don't need. Strawberry we don't need. And lettuce we don't need. Garlic we do. Chili we do. Napa we do. So it's the front 3 and the one at the end. Okay. Let's biggie. No, water. We do of course need to fill this up first. Now we have a water source here. But what I don't know is how much this is going to cost us. So 20,000 is 4 grand per 20 to go to a lot. So what's our options for free sources of water? Okay, so we have obviously all the river here, and we have the lake here. I think I need to go for a little drive, an excuse to get the car out, just have a cruise around and see what is actually available in terms of somewhere where we might be able to back the lorry up. Which would be nearer? Nearest would be over here somewhere, wouldn't it? Let's see what we can find. Okay, so this thing is electric, so the sound they sound very weird. It's basically the last sound you hear just before you get run over in a car park because you didn't hear the car coming. Okay, I've already forgotten where it was we were going to go. Let's turn right here. We'll go to the river and see if there are actually any edges to the river. That makes sense in terms of backing the say something about this little electric car. It done half shift. Not sure I've got a huge amount of control, but it shifts. Right, there doesn't seem to be anywhere there where you'd necessarily be very successful in backing a tanker up. That might be an option. Let's see what else we can find. Okay, I don't think we're getting much joy out of the riverbank, are we? Not sure it's worth us following it up there because it's just getting even further away from the side. And there we go, the river disappears altogether. And now I don't even know where we are, so that's pretty much the edge of the map in front of us. Let's go round the top. At least this is all, for the most part, bits of the map we haven't seen before. Let's drive on the right hand side of the road. Ooh, just right hand side of the road up. Oh, on the road. Oh, Christ. Got a gas station there. Right, yeah, this is I think where we did these some contracts up here. Let's just have a look, there isn't any sort of water up there. Yeah, actually we did want to go up there. Sorry mate. Excusez-moi, si vous plaît. Oh, no, we're in Germany, aren't we? Entschuldigen Sie bitte. Dankeschön, and all that lot. Okay, so up this way we have a bit of a landmark. If you would keep your eyes out on the hillside in front of us. There's what I think is the ruins of an old castle. And beyond that, on the other side, there you go, look, on the hillside. Sure we could get up there somehow if we wanted to. Yeah, there's a little road. And then down here we have this beautiful area. Let's jump out of the car. There you go, castle on the hill. Monastery, maybe. We could definitely back a lorry up to here, couldn't we? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. It'll take a few trips, but it's going to save us best part of £4,000 per tank. So I think in all honesty it's going to have to be done. Right, time to go back. So if we go back the other way, just a more scenic route with the cutbacks. So up here there's some decent wooded areas, which means you never know, there could be a forestry element. What was that? Those words didn't make any sense at all. A forestry element to our business in the future. I think that's probably a long way off. Let's get this car home and we'll get the tanker up here and filled up at the lake. Okay. Jump out. Let's go find our tanker. So just driving up between our two grass fields, the greenhouses are in front of us here. We'll get them purchased because then we can drop off this bit of water that we do have. So there's a water point there, which would obviously save us a huge amount of effort. It's going to cost a fortune. Right. Shut that off because it's going to be very loud otherwise. Just double check this is one of the ones we want. Yeah, so that's spring onion. Do I want to buy the greenhouse for spring onions for 54,000? Yes, I do. This building has been purchased. Building storage is empty. So if we jump in here and start dumping water. Oh, start her up and start dumping water. Okay, how much does that give us in terms of capacity? So the greenhouse will hold 60,000 litres. The 4 greenhouses will therefore hold 240,000 litres, which is 6 truckloads. Okay, wish me luck. I'll be back in a while. Yeah, so just doing the maths, the cost of the water if we buy it from the pump in that yard to fill all 4 greenhouses, 240,000 litres would be 6 truckloads, with the truckload costing the best part of 8 grand, that's 48. It's going to cost between 45 and 50,000 pound in water, or it's going to cost probably about 40 minutes of my time to save us that money. I think it's well worth it. If I make you sit here and watch the whole 40 minutes worth, you might not think it's worth it, but obviously I'm not going to do that. See you when it's done. Actually, I won't see you when it's done. I'll see you at the lake. Let's at least watch a refill. Oh, this is going to be challenging. So what's going to be our best way in here? Down there maybe? Actually, that's might be a bit steep. We'll give it a try. Last thing we want to do, obviously, is put our tanker into the lake. Will it refill from there? Oh, it will. Now the next question is, are the physics on the game good enough to start dragging it backwards as it gets heavy? They are, you know. No. No, 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 don't do this to me. I thought the lorry was only actually 40,000 litres, it's not. It's 52. Oh, we're going to need to find a flatter area to do that. It's a little bit risky. Okay, back we go. So we've done 6 trips. We do have a little bit of water left on our end of our 6th trip, and if we go to a glass house we don't own, we can effectively sell the water, which is a good thing to know. We are going to leave a water tanker here because we don't need this for anything else at the moment apart from milk, which we're not even considering yet. So let's leave that there. Take the lorry back to the yard for the moment, and then we will get fertiliser and seeds up here. And actually, if we just jump out when we get there, we should be able to look a bit more in depth into how much those greenhouses will now hold. Right, you sit there, matey. Don't go anywhere. So here are the 4 greenhouses we've just bought. So we want so 100,000 litres. Oh, I wondered why it took so. The tanker was bigger than I thought, and the greenhouses are clearly bigger than I thought. So seeds, 100,000. So chili peppers, we will want them distributing. Activate, and it should say missing materials. Yep. Garlic. Distributing. Activate. Missing materials. Distributing. Activate. And distributing. Activate. So we need 400,000 litres of fertiliser. Wow. And 400,000 litres of seeds. Okay, let's go. Although I have just realised how long I've been waffling on for. So what I actually need to do is call it there for this episode. I am going to get the fertiliser and seeds delivered, get the greenhouses running so that they are producing our ingredients needed for our kimchi. That way a bit, please. and then we will take it from there in the next episode. In the meantime, I shall leave you with my stunning demonstration on how to reverse a fertilizer. Good lord. Right, just get off it. So thank you very much for sticking with me. As usual, I am very grateful. But for now, it's be good, stay safe, and I will see you all in the very next episode.